A few herring in there. A lot of little shed. Okay, I think we've got enough. We can try to catch a striper.
All right.
And the herring will stay alive better if they're not too overpopulated in there. Okay. My golly. We're ready to catch a fish. See the little strip in the current right here?
Yep.
That's what we're going to target, is those strips like that, hoping that they'll be right in there where the current's light and they're in there chasing bait.
The bait likes that movement of that water.
Right, exactly. Well, they congregate in the current areas, I think, just because it's a higher level of oxygen.
Oh, okay.
That keeps them up in the current, and of course the bait's in there, but for the same reason, so it's easy pickings for the striper.
Yeah.
Okay, you're ready to go here, Victoria. Drags are set. Let's get baited up and see what we can find. We're going to start with the herring. They've been doing just a little better on those. And all we want to do on those is hook them right through the lower lip, right in the center, where it won't twist the line.
Like that.
That's all there is to it.
Now, do they like them when they're dead, or are we pretty much?
No, we'll change them. Once they die, they just don't hit them as well. If it were a situation that bait was hard to get, really difficult, they will go ahead and hit a dead bait. But when there's bait plentiful in the system, well, they want them alive. It's going to be, where we're going to start is going to be about 40 feet deep. And so it should take us about 10 seconds on the reel free spooling, and thereabouts you'll hit. It's a little difficult to get used to in the current, but you fished the current here even, so you're very familiar with it.
Is it going to get deeper or shallower?
It'll get shallower.
Okay.
Always get shallower.
All right.
Okay. All right, let's let them down.
Wait, how do I get mine? Oh, there they go. Okay, got bottom.
All right. And all we're going to do is just continually tap that bottom with the bait. That keeps us in constant contact. Many times the current will boil up a little bit, and it's hard to know exactly where you are in relation to the bottom. And also, we're using that 36-inch hook leader. With a long leader, that fish has got 3 foot of play with you before you actually know that he's there. So by constantly tapping the bottom, you'll know if something feels a little different. Oh, that may be a fish.
Yeah.
Nice. There's fish showing up on the locator now, just below that ridge.
Oh, the arch is there?
And another one coming in. A few fish holding on the bottom. Many times they'll suspend up in the water column. They're harder to catch. Now there's some suspended fish there.
Would that be a school of striped
bass?
It
is. That's a small school of striped bass. Sure is.
That is cool. So you use your fish finder to pretty much track down and locate
We
where
do.
the fish
Many
are?
times you can run the current patterns in the tail waters, use your locator, and see what patterns are actually holding fish before you target them. And of course, white perch, catfish, all different species will be feeding in those same patterns. But if you'll just identify the patterns that are holding the most fish, some of them are bound to be striper and hybrid. Okay, let's get you a fresh bait. There we go. what I'm going to do to be different. I'm going to try yellowtail this time. Okay, let's let him down.
Okay.
The striper normally prefers that herring minnow or a bigger shad minnow, but sometimes the yellowtail will get you a nice hybrid or a big white bass.
Okay.
Well, yellowtail found something. This one actually feels like a white perch. Oh yeah, Mr. Trash Fish. But he had to eat too.
Yep. Now you know who likes your bait.
Yeah.
Oh, I got something.
There you go.
This is a good spot.
Right on that ridge again where
I
you
was
caught your
hoping I was
last
going to
one.
get a hook up with you at the same time. Oh, this one's a good one. Boy, look at them. The rod gets bent so quickly
Yeah,
with these guys.
he's still wild.
They're real active. Oh, come
Wow.
on.
A lot of fight to that one.
Now, if he starts taking line, should I let him take line?
Oh,
or
let
should I
him
try
take
to-
line, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, your drag will actually work. We're using a
at that
30-pound
guy.
main line. Oh, nice fish, Victoria.
Look
Good
at
job.
that. Oh, man, this one's a big one.
That's what you're after.
That is cool.
All right.
Wow, that's bigger than the other one I had.
Now, if you wore him down, I'll be able to get a hold of him here. All right. Good job.
Wow, how big do you
Yeah,
think
that's a
that
bigger
guy
fish.
is?
That's about a 12 to 13 pound fish.
Now, what's the average size fish that you would get out of these areas?
Normally, we consider an average fish to be about 8 pound.
Okay.
Got him hooked good.
Looks like he got hit with something. What do you think that
He
is?
probably ran into some rocks.
Ah,
May have done that after he got on your hook.
yeah, trying to get away. It's so cool to see the rod bent so hard down, and they're real feisty and they're aggressive, so they're just gonna move around and just take your line.
That one wound around and hooked himself twice. There we go.
Oh, that's a nice guy.
Yeah. You got right there with him?
Is that the best way to hold them? Is like
yeah,
that?
just right on those gill plates seems
Okay.
to be the best.
All right.
All right, good job.
Oh, nice guy.
Beautiful fish.
Look at that. Perfect.
A lot of fight in them, isn't
Yeah, he is. I'm gonna throw this one. I was like looking at the mouths of these guys. They're so big, you know?
Yeah, you get your whole fist in there. Whoa!
Whoa.
He's
All
not
right.
done, is he?
No.
Okay.
Not.
Turn him loose for you. He's
Okay.
coming to.
Perfect.
Let's see where we can get him in.
Nice, guys.
He's gone.
Hey, something's jumped back there.
We pick up an occasional sauger and walleye along the same area as striper fishing. There's one.
Oh,
Have a hit too?
yeah, I had a hit. I wonder, I did have a hit. Should I reel it up to see if my bait is gone, or
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
pretty?
we probably should check it. There again, that long hook leader, they have the feel on you all the time
It
with
was
that
quick.
long
I
leader.
go, oh. No,
Come
don't
here,
hang
young
it.
man. I thought he was real small, but he's growing. That's what we're looking for.
Wow.
Wow, come
He's
here.
feisty.
Get in the boat. He's wild this early in the morning, isn't he?
Look at him. He's like, no, no.
Yeah, he's not through. Come here, big boy.
Oh, man.
There's what you came to Kentucky for. Beautiful fish, aren't they?
It is, and look at the stripes, how far they go down to
Well,
the
in the
tail.
straight lines, you can always tell that the full-fledged striper will have very straight lines like that. The hybrid that hopefully we'll see today will have broken lines.
Oh, okay.
Always easy to tell, and he's more football-shaped, where the striper is more torpedo-shaped.
Okay.
A fish this size will live if we release it. If they get much bigger than this, it's hard for them to
Ah.
live. So we're going to release this fish.
That's a nice one. Now, what's jumping around us? I keep hearing fish jumping around, but I don't get to see them.
That is probably the little shad like we're using.
Oh.
They're bouncing around in there, and then the white perch will feed on the shad. The spoonbill, many people refer to them as spoonbill catfish, but they're actually in the sturgeon family.
That would be cool
And
to see one of those.
Lots of those bouncing around this time
Yeah.
of the morning. Okay, let's go back up. Did
Okay.
you get your bait?
No, he didn't.
All right. There you go.
Oh, got one.
All right. Good job.
Look at that. That was cool. Because at first I thought it was a rock.
Yeah. Well, you can see how
Woo!
how
He's
light
on
they
fire.
I believe that's
Look
going
at
to be
the
one for the
rod
net,
bends.
Victoria.
Oh my God. Definitely not a rock. Woo!
Now running too fast for a rock.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that
Good
guy.
fish. Oh,
Woo, bring it back over.
good job.
Wow, look at
Beautiful
him.
fish. There's your first striper for the morning.
Not bad.
You have to be real careful handling them because of the gill plates. They could really give you a nick in the finger. All right.
Where do you hold him? Right up under?
Right up under there.
Should,
You can
like,
get your right hand probably. We got the, and yeah, I'd put my
this
right
one?
hand. Okay, try that.
hold
got
like
him?
that? Yep.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Good
check that
job.
out. Not bad. Second drift and I hook into one.
Beautiful striper.
Yeah, the mouth on this guy is great. I'm just going to see if I can turn this slightly.
There you
Can
go.
I do that? Nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
All right.
All right,
We're gonna
we
try
can
to get
turn
back
him
in the
loose.
water? Okay.
Let's turn him loose.
All right.
Oh, he's gone.
Yep. He wanted to leave.
Good job. It didn't take you long to catch
Oh,
up.
that was fun. Now I'm ready to do it again.
All right.
They're like, no,
All right.
never know how you're going to catch a fish.
Okay, let's let him down. There's a lot of hangs down there at times. People will anchor, fishing for catfish. Can't get the anchor up, it'll stick on something, so they cut the rope off.
Oh,
We hang
geez.
a few hooks in it for the next 6 months.
Interesting to see what the bottom looks like.
Yeah, it would be. There you go. Oh, another good one.
Yeah, this one's a good one. And I really like this rod. I can feel everything.
Well,
They are
and it's
very
long enough
powerful.
too that you've got some room to fight him.
Yeah.
Oh, another nice fish, Victoria.
Oh,
He's not done. There he is.
look at that guy.
All right. Good job.
Man, we're not doing bad at all.
Not at all.
We
You know,
keep
you've
going
probably
over-
been fishing 45 minutes, and one more fish, you would have your limit.
Yeah.
If we were keeping the fish.
Well, they're definitely
He's
eating
still
this
got
morning.
a little energy there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, right in the upper lip.
Right in the
there.
upper lip, right where it's supposed to be. That's just the way you planned it, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, there you go.
That's
Good
a nice
fish.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Think we can get a couple still pictures real quick before we throw them back in?
Sure.
Okay.
By golly.
Sure, we fished the Tennessee River for the morning bite. Where are we headed now?
We're going to the Ohio River, Victoria, just below Smithland Dam, which is the last locking dam on the Ohio River before it confluxes with the Mississippi River. And see what the afternoon bite will do for us over there. I know you're looking for some of those sumo-sized hybrid. I think that's the place to find them.
Cool. So, Daryl, what type of equipment do you recommend to go after striper?
Victoria, I like a 7.5-foot rod with a heavy action. It's got enough backbone to get a good hook set. It's also capable of handling that 2 3/4 ounce lead that we're using. And actually the reel, any good bass reel is fine. I like a good level wind with a large spool capacity. We spool with strictly 30-pound braid. 30-pound is not enough to handle striper if they were to be in a current situation and use that current in their behalf, unless the drag's set properly, but as long as you can pull that drag like that, it'll handle it fine.
Okay.
Then the swivel is actually a 3-way. The 3-way has the lead on one side, down about 8 inches. The other side, a 36-inch hook leader going to a Kahle hook. And we use a 1/0 Kahle style hook. With live bait hooking it through the lower lip as we do our hearing, the Kahle style hook allows that bait to run more natural in the water. And also it's a good strong hook for the striper.
I was going to say, that looks a little crooked, that hook.
It does have an odd shape to it as we think about fish hooks, but a very good hook for striper and hybrid.
Daryl, can you give me some characteristics to help me differentiate between wipers, white bass, and stripers?
Sure. The striper, which is the largest of the 3 Mormon family we're talking about, is more torpedo shaped. He's going to be long and slender. Head does not have a hump in any way like the white bass or the wiper would have, and his lines are always straight, never broken.
Okay.
The wiper, which is a cross between the white bass and the striper, on the other hand, will have broken lines. He'll have a hump on his head right over his eyes, a distinctive hump coming up, and more football shaped, taller, not torpedo shaped in any way. The white bass, which is the smaller of the 3 in the Mormon family, will have broken lines. He will also have a slight hump on the head, but definitely different than the wiper. Very easy to tell the difference in the white bass and the wiper. Even the coloration of the white bass will normally be darker than that of the wiper.
Okay. Well, now I was reading the other day about patches and teeth or something like that. What is that all about?
It's little patches on the tongue of the fish. The wiper will have 2 distinct patches, the white bass 1 distinct patch. And it's just a rough spot on the tongue that you can rub with your finger and feel. They do refer to them as teeth, but it's actually just a little dark, rough spot.
Ready to catch some big fish.
Yeah. See if we can find a little fresh bait.
Let me know if you want me to do anything.
Oh, not a thing. Not a thing. we should be able to get herring, yellowtail, and shad all right here.
Cool.
Got a little shad.
Oh, a couple more.
A few more shad. What I'd really like to find is a few small herring.
How deep is this area?
10 feet.
So you let the net go down all the way, or?
Almost. I'm trying to stop it before it actually gets right to the bottom, but I want to be close to the bottom because sometimes the herring will run right off the bottom there.
Okay. Seems like a good sized net to use.
Yeah,
Not
that's
too big and
that's a 5 foot.
manageable.
Works pretty good in these conditions.
Yeah.
We use a bigger one once we're out on open water sometimes when the bait's not congregated well. There's a couple of those little herring. Victoria, we'll try 3 different bait varieties today. The gizzard shad. These are about 4 to 5 inch baits, looks like. The yellowtail shad don't get as big, a little more brilliant in color, and sometimes an excellent bait for the hybrid especially. And the herring. Herring, as we refer to them here locally as skipjacks, these little baits get up to about 2 pounds. Excellent bait for catfish after they get up to a size that you can cut them up. But we'll use them live here today for the striper. That also is about a 4 or 5 inch bait.
This is a big area too.
Yeah. We have current.
Looks like you got a lot of current to choose from.
We
a lot
do.
more area to cover.
Yeah. The fish can actually scatter in front of any of the gates here. Normally the ribbons that we were talking about, where the bait will gather within a ribbon of current, these ribbons will happen at every gate post as a general rule. Where the current from this gate and the current from this gate is mixing, it'll create a little eddy, we call it,
Gotcha.
just calm
All right.
water in there that will actually be able to get our baits down. You can see one right here.
Yep.
We'll actually be able to get our bait down into that.
So they
and then
sit
go
in
straight
that
down.
calm area.
That's right. And it'll
Boy,
stay
they're
in there and allow us to
smart.
get to the bottom. Yeah. Your boat will automatically go to those anyway, but if you let your line down right in one, well, it makes the line go straight down instead of way back behind you or way up in front of you, things like that. Well, if you're ready to catch another fish,
Oh, yeah.
you're ahead of me. I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Now we're using the same technique we used?
We will. It's exactly
Earlier?
the same. The difference here is we'll make very short runs. Where we're going to let down is about 150 feet back from the gates themselves, which is the legal limit that we can go to. And we'll let our lines down there. Then as we come back, it's going to immediately start coming up. It'll come from 28 feet deep up to about 6 feet deep.
Oh my God.
And so the fish will be somewhere either down in the deepest area
Okay.
or on that ledge coming up. And normally they're right at the break of that ledge as it comes up.
What kind of knot do you tie there?
I use a quick knot. It's a little stronger than an improved clinch. It's a little harder to tie on just an open hook, just a loose hook. So I usually just hold the hook down with my finger. And the quick knot, you just catch both ends, bring it around down here 4 times. Back through the loop you created at the top and pull it down. And you can pull it down dry. It's just as strong pull down dry as it is pull down wet.
Oh.
Never slip. You cut your tag in just as close as you like and never have a problem with it.
Oh.
And actually a stronger knot, like I said, than the improved clinch or the trilene knot either. On the swivel I'm using improved clinch just because it would be impossible to tie the quick knot there when the rig's already made up. But when I tie them up initially before I put the weight on, I do use a quick knot. The double drum.
Yeah. And the ones we lost.
Whoa. What do we have here?
Oh. Your line looks bent and it's a fighter.
It's a striper is what it is. And a pretty good one. He just doesn't know it.
You want me to help you?
Maybe
Holy
that's
cow!
pretty
It's
good
huge! It's huge! My God, look at it! Holy cow! Wow! Oh my God, I've never seen a fish that big before! Wow! He's huge!
That is a nice one, isn't it?
Oh,
Lay that down so we can get him out of that net.
nice.
That's
Look
about
at-
a 14, 15 pound. He would weigh a little heavier than that, but he's thin. He's very thin. Probably a male fish. See how thin he is through this part?
Boy, that's a nice one. Man,
He was a fighter anyway.
heck yeah.
Come here,
But
young
you were in
fella.
shallows. You brought him up pretty quick.
He was in shallow water.
Yeah. He's talking to you. He's telling you something.
Yeah, we're just going to let him flip a little bit because he has the sharpest gill plates going, and they will hurt you. Now we got him.
Oh,
Pretty fish. You see how thin he is? Now you can tell the stripes are all uniform, they're all straight. And the torpedo shape on the head,
yeah.
that's how you tell that
Yeah.
is a striper. Doesn't have the patches on the tongue like a hybrid. They're not dark, but you see the patches he does have,
Yep.
the little white patches.
Yeah.
He's got 2 little clear white patches. And whether you can pick that up or not.
He's feisty. He's going to talk to you.
See him? All right. That one might as well go in the box.
Yeah. That's a nice one.
Okay, now that they've woke up,
Now we're going to go after more?
we're going after the big ones now.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready. You got me excited now. We're gradually moving. Larger, larger, larger.
Exactly.
That was awesome.
We're almost to the 20 pound.
Well, Daryl, I don't think we have any bait fish
It's like
left.
the bait fish are gone, Victoria.
And what perfect timing. It's about ready to get dark here.
It is. Beautiful sunset, it looks like.
Yep, yep. Nothing but nonstop action this morning. We really hit into a lot of stripers. This afternoon you taught me what else the stripers live with. Drum, catfish,
Lots of
variety of other fish, and they're a lot of fun to fish for
They
too.
really are. You know, people say about us fisher persons that fishing is just a jerk at one end of the line waiting for a jerk at the other.
I like that. Well, we had a lot of fun today. Awesome time bait fishing as well. We really went into your secret spots, grabbed some bait fish, come back, covered tons of territory. Hopefully, maybe I can come back in the springtime and do a little bit more fishing.
I certainly hope to. And, you know, you did a great job with these striper today.
Well, thanks. Well,
Wonderful
for my first time, I feel like, you know, a great guide like you, a lot of information. I did exactly what you said, and I was able to get on fish.
You know, the ladies I've found over the years in the guide business, the ladies will always listen to what the guide says. The guys are seasoned in the sport, and they want to do it their way. And we find that the ladies always outfish the guys. It's true.
Well, it was almost evident today with you.
That's right. You beat me good.
So, well, thanks a lot for letting me come along.
Wonderful having you. Come back soon.
All right. I hope you learned as much as I did fishing for stripers. For Women's Sport Fishing, I'm Victoria Sweet, and I hope you get hooked on fishing.